Subscribe for daily boxing videos, guys. So the current WBA, IBF, and IBO heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, has actually said that he thinks that the Deontay Wilder fight is easier, or he perceives the Deontay Wilder fight easier than his upcoming fight against WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker. That's what he said, according to Eddie Hearn. Now, do I think that's true? Do I think that the Joseph Parker fight, so I guess this is what he's saying, is the Joseph Parker fight is more difficult as opposed to the Deontay Wilder fight? Do I think that's true? I think when it comes to, I think it's true and not true. I think when it comes to skill, I think what Anthony Joshua is trying to say is when it comes to skill, I think he maybe feels that Joseph Parker brings more to the table. And that's why it might be more difficult for him to deal with Joseph Parker. Because Joseph Parker has the ability to fight on the inside. He has the ability to fight in the outside. He's a decent counterpuncher. But, and I guess when he perceives Wilder, he probably perceives Wilder as a guy that, you know, he's a tall, skinny, lanky type of heavyweight who really just has power and doesn't have the best technique. So I see that. I guess that's why he might think that it will be an easier fight. But I think it will probably be a more dangerous fight, the Deontay Wilder fight, than the Luis Ortiz fight when it comes to him getting his ass knocked out. Because when it comes to Joseph Parker, I've never felt that Joseph Parker was a brutal knockout artist. I do think that Joseph Parker is a better talent than Deontay Wilder. I do think that. I think he has more ability than Deontay Wilder. But I don't think he has the punching power that Deontay Wilder has. I've never seen Joseph Parker brutally knock somebody out. Ever. I've seen Wilder brutally knock somebody out. So I think if he fought Joseph Parker, I think Joseph Parker will have more tools in his arsenal to give Anthony Joshua more problems than Wilder. But I don't think he would have to be too worried about getting knocked out against Joseph Parker unless, you know, he gets hit with a shot he doesn't see. But when it comes to Wilder, although Wilder doesn't have the talent or the ability that Joseph Parker has, the one thing he has that Joseph Parker doesn't have is he has that lethal punching power, that lethal right hand. And Joshua not being the fastest guy, the most mobile guy, and not being, you know, like I said, the fastest heavyweight, if he gets caught with that right hand, he could definitely get knocked out. I've never felt that Joshua was invincible. I've also never felt that Joshua had the best chin. I've also never felt that there's no way that Joshua would not lose to Wilder. Although I'm picking him, if they were to fight, I'm picking Joshua to beat Wilder. But in no way, in shape or form, would I be shocked or surprised if Wilder beat Joshua, because what has always intrigued me about the Deontay Wilder and versus Anthony Joshua fight has always been the fact that both of these guys are chinny and both of these guys are punchers. I mean, in my opinion, both Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder are chinny. And I don't care. Every time I say this, people say, well, Anthony Joshua has been in there with the better opposition. Yes, I understand that. But he's still been dropped several times. He's still been rocked several times. So regardless of the fact, I've always felt that AJ and Wilder have both been suspect when it comes to their chin department. But that's why I really like this fight, because you got two guys who are chinny, supposedly, at least I think they are, and you got two guys who are punchers. Both of these guys can punch. So it's going to be a situation where whoever lands first on the guy's chin cleanly, that guy might be rocked and it might be in trouble and the fight might be over. So I think Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder is going to be one of those type of fights that it's going to leave us like at the edge of our seats. You ever like watch a fight and you think to yourself, oh shit, this guy, it's kind of like when Amir Khan, you ever like watch Amir Khan fight and you always get nervous? Like every time Amir Khan fights, I get nervous while I'm watching him because you know that he has a very suspect chin. So whenever he's in there with a puncher, you're like, oh shit, he might get knocked out. That's how I feel every time Amir Khan fights. That's how I also felt every time James Kirkland fight. Because if you remember, James Kirkland, in my opinion, always had a suspect chin, and he would always get caught. Every time James Kirkland would fight, I would always be biting my nails and just be like nervous for him, because I'm like, oh man, because this guy always had like a bad chin. This is how I feel with Wilder. So that's what I'm saying. This is how I would feel, I should say. This is how I would feel if Wilder got in the ring with Joshua. Both of these guys have suspect chins. Both of these guys are bangers. So I'm telling you, man, I'm going to be nervous while I'm watching that fight. Not because I want Joshua to win or because I want Deontay Wilder to win. I'll be nervous just because I know that both of these guys are chinny and someone's going to get knocked out. And all it takes is one clean shot to the, to the dome. So, yeah, that's an exciting fight. That's the some people want to see this fight because they hate Deontay Wilder and they want AJ to beat him. Some people want to see this fight because they hate AJ and they want Wilder to beat him. I want to see this fight for the fact that I'm excited for the whole fact that these guys are chinny and these guys are punchers. That's why I want to see the fight. I don't give a damn who wins this fight. The only good thing that will come out of this fight will be the fanboys, because both Wilder versus and Deontay, both AJ and Deontay Wilder have a lot of fanboys who think their fighter is unbeatable. So the guy who loses this fight between AJ and Wilder, their fanboys are gonna basically have to eat crow and disappear and hush hush for a bit. So that'll be the only good thing, is we won't have this whole back and forth. Wilder will KO AJ ass, AJ will KO Wilder bum squad ass. You know what I'm saying? Again, people think I'm a Wilder hater. I'm not. I'm just in between. I just keep it how when it comes to Wilder, I just keep it how I honestly feel about him. That's why I call him, a cherry picker, and that's why I make fun of him and clown him. It's not because I'm a Wilder hater. It's just because I don't respect his resume. That's just the way it is. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think of this comments regarding what AJ said. Do you guys agree with him? Do you guys think that Joseph Parker is a more difficult fight for AJ than Deontay Wilder? Let me know in the comments section below. Please subscribe for daily boxing videos, guys. And as always, much appreciated. I'm out.